I have no problem with Aaron Rodgers winning his 4th MVP. I would have voted for him. I did take a lot of stock in what Tom Brady did. If this was a full season award, postseason, if like say they took the vote Monday and told everybody, all 50 voters, you got to get this thing in the next, 24 hours, 48 hours, or if you could even say after Championship Sunday, get your votes in right now prior to the Super Bowl. If it was a full postseason award, Joe Burrow would be the MVP of the NFL season, I think. Regular season, on top of it, postseason, I think Joe Burrow would have won the MVP for this year, but it's a regular season award. I would have absolutely Joe Burrow would have won it.
You don't think Cooper Kupp would be MVP?
I don't.
Interesting.
I think it's a quarterback-driven sport, a quarterback-driven award.
Put that up as a point.
And I would have, put it
then
up
why
there.
don't we just make it best quarterback? Because it's kind of ridiculous that they're the only ones who ever win this.
No, it's not true. I mean, but look, man, there's only one player who touches the ball every single snap.
Yeah, the center.
And the quarterback. And you're not going to give the center the MVP award.
Well, that's a shame.
So, and by the way, if you're hearing, that's a very loud talking Mike Del Tufo checking people in.
You're doing a great job, Mike.
Definitely, there's one thing for sure that Mike will never do is just talk low. But
never.
Yeah, it's a quarterback-driven award. Joe Burrow would have been the MVP if everybody had a vote starting from Championship Sunday all the way to now. But Aaron Rodgers had a remarkable season. And everything that went on with his immunization and all that business, to me, had nothing to do with whether he was the best and most valuable player in the NFL. I thought what he did this year, after everything that had gone on, what he has done this year was worthy of him being the MVP, period.
He should have thanked Jordan Love, though, last night, right?
Which is what? as the one game in which he missed, it made him look more valuable?
Jordan Love was absolutely terrible. And so it made Rodgers be like, okay, well, maybe they do really need him.
Well, I know that your metric of valuable is if remove him from the team, how do they look? And to me, that is a metric that would apply to anybody. What would the team look like without Brady? What would the team look like without any quarterback?
Well, in that
what would
regard,
the team
Rich,
look like?
one of the guys led the league in every passing stat and had the same number of wins. So why is Rodgers more valuable than Brady?
I don't know if he did. Like, we can also come out with various statistics in which Rodgers was better than Brady. But the ones that are the most obvious, which is wins, which really isn't a quarterback stat, and passing yards, passing touchdowns. Brady had the better year and also was much older. But I would have voted for Rodgers. I would have. And then one thing that I saw last night with my own two eyes is that when Rodgers saw Matt LaFleur for the first time, ran right over to the guy, gave him the biggest bear hug. They had a whole big conversation, him and his speech, thanking Matt LaFleur. And
he loved him.
By the way, and ragging him on his how his eyebrows are done.
Jealousy.
I know, right? So he, you saw Aaron Jones. I mean, he has no problem with these guys who he's played with. And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, is he just, seeing them for the first time in a couple weeks and he just loves the guys and he wants to see them again? Or does he have some sort of sense of like, this thing's over? And I love these guys, and they're part of my past because he says he said afterwards that he's going to take some time. He's going to come up with an answer. He's not going to drag this thing out. And the question is, like, what's going to happen between now and then that would change his mind?
Right.
Like, there's going to be no moves made on the roster. No moves made on the roster between now and the new league year.
No.
I mean, he could maybe hear from, the home office in Green Bay, what they plan to do. I honestly don't know what the variables may be other than the fact that he's thinking about it when he's at the honors or, at a pro-am or what have you. I honestly do not know at all. But the one thing that's for sure, it's his relationships with everybody that was from his team and his coach last night, when there were no cameras on, was warm, affectionate, and 1,000% genuine. And I honestly don't know what to make of it, but we all have our popcorn ready, don't we?
It did sound like, in a weird way, he was kind of saying goodbye to everyone.
Well,
Green Bay related.
Or he's just basically saying the door is open in the same way that Brady opened it for his own retirement, that he thinks he knows what he's going to do, but you never say never.
Yeah.
And the question is what is he thinking he's going to do? We're all assuming it's him to move on. But the Packers have already come out and publicly said, and Mark Murphy's posting, the president of the Packers, that he wants him back. It truly is anybody's guess, as we are now getting ready for Super Sunday. But as last year, where the chilliness was palpable, that is not there at all, even though they didn't last as long this postseason than they did last year.
Yeah.
And had a highly disappointing finish. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.